Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Beyond the Scoreboard.
I used to watch it.
Sometimes if your team wins like this, you have every legitimate right to represent them in a grand style. Arabadu style. I told you it will burn in this jungle. And yes, it did burn in the jungle. In Anfield, there was a fire blaster. Ladies and gentlemen, game week 8, United sealed the deal. United sealed the deal with Harry Maguire. You see, they thought we couldn't do it because they had the likes of Ekitike, Salah, Vets. They brought all the Avengers, but we showed them that no, we Thanos, we don't care about the Avengers. We will cause mayhem when it's supposed to be necessary. And United did us proud. We were in honeysuckle, and it was a sight to behold. The joy, the energy, the excitement in the building was crazily mad. So DSTV Business collaborated with Honeysuckle to emerge, to revive the pub series where we do a series from time to time where we show the games from time to time. This Saturday in Laboni, this Saturday we are going to Labadi. This Saturday Labadi is going to be fire blaster. You should be there. El Clasico, it will burn in this jungle. So why are we here? So we are bringing you game week 9, EPL game week 9. And trust me, we are always supported by DSTV Go TV. Make sure you always pay your subscription so you can follow us with the highlights we bring. You don't miss on any other episode. If you are new to the family, please join the family and let's build a bigger community. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is your favorite host and sports analyst, D General. Let's dive right into the game week 9, the games that will be happening in week 9. And we have Leeds versus West Ham. I told you earlier in the beginning of the season that Leeds was going to cause problems because they came from Championship and they don't want to go back. All the teams that came from Championship do not want to go back. So they will do anything to keep their spot in the league. But Leeds are struggling. They are struggling because they don't have the quality. They don't have the quality that other teams have. Once you are in the league for long, you have a certain type of quality, and Leeds are not having that. But I also told you the last time that West Ham, their problem is that when they sell a player, they do not get a replacement for the player. They wouldn't. Even if they get a replacement, they will not get the same quality they sold. They are just in for the money. And I don't know why it happens so. But this game, Leeds is going to be a problem. But I'm still going in for West Ham. We have Newcastle Fulham. Another firecracker. Newcastle are doing great in the Champions League. They are also doing great in the league. So, well, we still... Listen, they lost Isak. They lost Isak to Liverpool. But they brought in a new striker. And this striker is just doing wonders. This striker is doing wonders. But what can we say? Because he's in Newcastle, you don't really hear of the striker. But the striker is really trying. We have the likes of Gordon. And Bruno Jimenez, he has been a great captain and a fantastic captain, which is helping Newcastle to emerge week in, week out. So I'm going in for Newcastle, even though Fulham is forced to be reckoned with. We have Brentford, Liverpool. You see, me, I don't care the team which is meeting Liverpool. But any team that meets Liverpool, I wish Liverpool lose. But we are not here just for the agenda. But we are here to analyze football in its best form. Listen, Liverpool has the firepower. I say with authority that Liverpool had the edge to win that game. But United brought in a different game plan and a different firepower. They had all the players to win the game. You could see Gakpo hitting the crossbar twice. But you could also see United wasting a lot of chances. Liverpool has the team to become very dangerous. They have the quality to become very dangerous. The coach is just supposed to know how to utilize the players. Ekitike was doing really great before Isak came into the conversation. So now, therefore, Ancelotti is supposed to be, he's supposed to know how to merge the two players together. He's supposed to know how to swap them day in, day out, or week in, week out. Otherwise, they will be struggling from time to time. Because you see the likes of Salah making a couple of mistakes. Salah had a lot of chances against United. He wasted them. Balls that he was supposed to pass, he wasn't passing them. Everybody wants to score. It was never like that. This was the reason why I dislike the fact that Mane was rather used as a scapegoat. Because Mane was the engine of Liverpool. Mane will do the dirty job and Salah will take the praise. And now Salah is not getting that same feed. He's not getting that same dirty job player in there, because everybody wants to make a name for themselves. Gakpo wants to make a name for himself. Salah wants to make a name for himself. Isak wants to make a name for himself. Even the midfielders want to make names for themselves. So I am telling you with authority, it is going to be a big problem for them. But Brentford versus Liverpool, I'm choosing Liverpool to win this one. We have Arsenal Crystal Palace, one big game that is happening in England. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has only lost one game in about 20 matches since last season. Oliver Glasner is doing a great job. Crystal Palace has the teamwork. They have the team spirit. Their spirit has not been dimmed, even though they lost last week. Their spirit has not been dimmed with the likes of Mateta. Let me tell you, Crystal Palace has the energy to go toe to toe with you. Yes, set piece FC and corner FC. Yes, Arsenal had a fantastic run in the Champions League where they score Atletico. They surprised Atletico. How? Atletico, how? 4-0. That is a disgrace. I mean, well, Arsenal is a great team, so it's not like it's a surprise that they won against Atletico. No, but nobody expected like a 5-0, 4-0 win. Gyökeres scored 2 goals, and I'm still saying that Crystal Palace has an edge. The motivation they have, and Arsenal too, they have a fire burning in them. They need to make their mark. So this game is going to be war. I mean war, Clash of the Titans. I'm going for Arsenal win or draw. It's surprising, but I'm going for Arsenal win or draw. Yes, for me, Arsenal win or draw. We have Bournemouth versus Forest. I'm going for Bournemouth straight win. Forest are struggling, and I'll blame their CEO. I'll blame their CEO for this, because of arrogance. You see, sometimes the managers, the owners of the club, they are arrogant. You can't just sack a coach just because you don't like the coach, just because you had a misunderstanding with the coach and you sack the coach. A coach who was performing better. Just because of a game, you get angry, you sack the coach. It's better to go and bring that coach. Put your pride aside, go and bring that coach to come and help you in it. Otherwise, you go for relegation. Because the team, the same players, but so you better go and put your pride aside, get the coach in there so that they will start winning games again. And so I'm going in for Bournemouth because Semenyo, oh my God, Semenyo is doing great. I don't know why when it comes to Ghana, he is not able to have the same impact as Forest, but Semenyo is doing great. The Bournemouth team, they are doing great. So I go in for Bournemouth. Chelsea, Sunderland. I said Sunderland is a force to be reckoned with. Those who came from the Championship, they are forces to be reckoned with. Even though Sunderland is going to give Chelsea a tough time, I am tipping Chelsea to win this straight win. Chelsea a straight win. Man United versus Brighton. This is the real test for Man United. Let me tell you, even the Liverpool match wasn't the test. The real test is Brighton, because Brighton has a stronger midfield where they will push you to the core. This low blocks doesn't work on them. So they are going to push United to the core. And United needs to bring in different game plan to be able to match up to Brighton. If we are going to put Casemiro in there, then we should put a player like Menu beside him to help him with the energy. I am not going in for Ugarte back because Ugarte right now, I don't trust that guy. Anytime Ugarte comes into the match, or anytime Ugarte comes into the match, you realize that Bruno drops deeper. The reason is because he doesn't trust Ugate's capability to keep the ball flowing. So he drops deeper to be closer to him so that if he messes up, he will clean the mess. But when he plays with Casemiro and Kobe Menu, he's able to move forward because he knows that they are handlers in the defensive midfield. So United needs to bring in these people to help. I like the fact that Mason Mount is in there full of energy and experience. If Mason Mount is to pick the form of Chelsea, when he used to be in Chelsea, it's going to be a firecracker. So I am hoping that United will win Brighton. But this game is going to be one to watch out for. But I will say Brighton has an edge. But if United is to keep up with what they did at Liverpool, then United win or draw. I'm going in for United win or draw. Wolves versus Burnley. Wolves versus Burnley. Burnley. Surprisingly, Wolves are struggling too. Even though they are struggling, they are still keeping their composure and they believe that they can do something better. I don't know, but I feel like the Wolves that we knew when Cunha was around there is not the same move. But until 90 minutes, Wolves doesn't make you rest. Even when you score them until 90 minutes, they don't make you rest. So I am going in for Wolves against Burnley to use an experienced side to be able to take care of Burnley. So Wolves straight win. We have Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Aston Villa versus Manchester City. During the weekend, Aston Villa won against Tottenham, which was really surprising because I even tipped Tottenham to win. Because if you look at their performance in previous matches, they were supposed to win. But this is EPL. And this is the reason why I always say that this is England. England is full of surprises. From game 1 to game 38. Back to back to back to back to back to back. Kunka. They will give you tough time. Pressure. Let's go. Pressure. But Man City are finding their rhythm. I told you when Man City, when we started the season, I told you that even though Man City is struggling with their midfielders, when they find their rhythm, it's going to be a bloodbath. When they find their rhythm, and you can see they are finding their coordination and their rhythm. If Haaland is in the match, then there is a problem. So I am tipping Man City to have an easy win. An easy win. We have Everton versus Tottenham. Everton versus Tottenham. Everton versus Tottenham. Tottenham lost. They were really pissed. This is what I like about teams when they lose. When they lose, it's not a friendly fire. They are pissed that they've lost. They are angry that they've lost. So the next match, they have to prove themselves. Everton also lost. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be what? It's going to be a tough match. But I'm tipping Tottenham to also win this game. So, this is game week 9, which was brought to you by DSTV Gold TV. And I am your favorite host, DJ. Let's meet next week to also talk about the UCL outcome. Let's see the teams that won and the teams that didn't win. What were their qualities and what happened in the UCL. Meet you next time. Until next time, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe and join the family. I am DJ Noah and I'm out. Ciao, ciao.